I want to ask you about Robert Saleh, if that's okay. I mean, you played for George Seifert. You had very
Mm.
complimentary words for Kyle Shanahan. Seems to me no one's doing more with less right now than Robert Saleh. What are you seeing from him in particular?
I like Saleh. He's had some moments, like when Allen Kidd was out there. I believe that was his name. When he put him out there, and I thought, bad day for Saleh because you have to adjust. You can't allow a team. You pull a guy off your practice squad that we all know not isn't ready to be in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Standpoint, you had no choice but to let him play. I get it. Um, but with that being said, you have to make the adjustments and do it. I
Mm-hmm.
think he's done a great job of making adjustments. I know his defense. I played in his defense. I mean, he's running Pete Carroll's defense, and I played Pete Carroll's
Right.
defense. So I know exactly what the guys are supposed to be doing. And you look at the injuries, you look at not playing. Remember, earlier in this conversation, we were talking about coaching that other percentage. So he's lost some 80s, 90s,
Mm-hmm.
where you're expecting to coach, 10 to 20% and make those adjustments. And he's having to coach in some situations 70, 80, because the players are just not the same. I'm sorry. I know this is not a knock on anyone, but I
Yeah.
can't expect my fifth corner to be as good as my first corner.
No.
It's just that's just not the way it is. It's not going to be that way. So, um, I'm not as critical of Salah as most. I think he's actually doing a pretty good job with what he has. Actually, I think he's doing a really good job with what he has, and finding ways to make the guys competitive. It's talent is the thing, and like I said, the next man up. We always hear this. It's all about next man up. Well, next man up doesn't mean a thing if the next
Yeah.
man is not as good as the previous man. It means
Right.
nothing.
Did your
You know
coaches
what I'm
give you a
saying?
number grade?
Wait a minute. Hold up. My pieces went out. I see that.
Oh, it's
Now go
okay.
ahead. Let
It's
me see if I
okay.
can hear you.
Did your coaches give you a number grade when you were playing?
Did my coaches give me what now?
A number grade, like in the 80s, the 90s, did they grade you like that?
Oh no. Well, it was just a plus or minus. That was it.
Oh, plus or minus. Okay. Okay.
A plus or
Okay.
minus because
All right.
because
Fair enough.
you can't almost catch a ball. You
True.
can't almost make a
True.
tackle. You know
You
what I'm
did or you
saying? So
didn't.
you
Yeah.
either do your job or you don't. That's the way I
Fair
was
enough.
raised in football as a Niner.
Fair
You
enough.
either do the job or you don't do the job. You can't almost do the job. And I'm not going to pat you on the back for almost doing the job. And then
Good call.
and then the next thing was once you do the job at a certain level, that's your floor now.
Mm.
Guy McIntyre would say it. He was the first person I heard say it when I got to the Niners, and it was, and the expression was, and we all would say it was, don't be afraid to be great. Don't be afraid to be great. And a lot of people are afraid of that. Why?
Raises
Because
the
once you
expectations
show me something great, it's your
every time.
standard.
Yep.
It's the standard.
Yep.
I get asked about Fred Warner constantly, and I tell everybody that's what Fred does. That's who he is.
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect from Fred? I expect Fred to play like Fred. Fred
Yeah.
has shown me that he's a special guy. I expect him to play that way. Now I know he's going to make some incredible play along the way, but I'm not going to pat Fred on the back for making a tackle in the hole. I'm not going to pat him on the back for knocking the ball down. That's who he is.
Yeah.
That's what he does. I expect you to do it. Now, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna get hyped and all those things, but that's what you do. That's the standard, and that's how it has to go. So our coaches just kind of they expected us to get the job done, and it wasn't a lot of rah rah or fanfare. When you made a great play, they let you know that was, and it was about like that. That was a great play, and then you keep working. When you
Go
made
do
a
it
good
again.
play,
Yeah.
they were like, okay. They were like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do. But
Yeah.
that's how the grade was. But when I get into the 80s and the 90s, I just try to throw that out just to make it clear for everyone else that when you're looking at it, that's a coach's job. A coach can't
Mm-hmm.
do everything, nor is he expected to. Because remember, as a player, you're a professional. You're a professional. It is your job to work on everything that's necessary. Because, first of all, to have the job, you have to be efficient at everything that your job requires, regardless of
Mm-hmm.
the position. Back to when you were talking about a coach, talking about a quarterback, asking me about a quarterback. I'm looking, is he efficient at everything? Is he efficient? Can he throw it down the middle? Can he throw it outside? Can he throw it deep?
Off
Is he
platform.
accurate? Does he have a strong arm? Is he mobile? You want to check his efficiencies. And every time I check something off the list that you can't do, you make my life easier. And
that's right.
And the coach's job harder, because the coach that's the percentage that he has to work on.
That's his limit. Yeah.
Eric,
you got a question?
Sure, Eric. Let's branch into this, right? Because I think it's clear you love football and you seem to study it and just enjoy it as much as you did when you were playing. And someone in the comments asked this, and I also have this question. To you, when you watch corners today, who are the 3 or 4 guys that you say those are the best corners in football?
Oh, wow. There are a lot of guys that I like and things that they do. I like Trey White tremendously.
Yep.
In Buffalo, Gilmore, tremendously. I like him. I could go across.
Marlon Humphrey.
God, what's the kid in Green Bay? The kid in Green
Jair
Bay.
Alexander.
Yep.
I like him. I mean, I could go along. I like Ramsey. I like Sherm for when Sherm's on. There's a lot of guys for different reasons. Trey and Gilmore, they are always in my top 5 because of technique. They're just so technically sound, because people don't understand. There's no such thing as zone coverage in it, and people always talk about zone, but there's no such thing as zone in the NFL. Zone is you man the guy within your zone.
Right.
It's not high school where you're killing grass. No, you're always looking for work. The guys are too good, so you're always looking for work. Man to man, there's no such thing as man to man. Man to man, what? Am I man to man inside? Am I man to man outside? Am I man to man underneath? Am I So am I man? Man with brackets coverage? Is this a 3-on-2? And it's going to turn into man. So all of these things is understanding. And Gilmore and Trey White are excellent at being strong where you're strong. Every defense has a weakness. I remember a game when New England was playing the Niners. And there's this particular play where Kittle caught a ball on Gilmore, and I saw a lot of people posting that Kittle's killing Gilmore and all of this stuff and everything, and I was like, okay. And I just looked at it and I said, and I had to comment, because he's playing an underneath trail technique.
Right.
It's designed to make certain. When I say strong where you're strong, your job is to make certain that this guy does not beat you across your face, inside and underneath. So you want to make him take an outside release, run an outside route, and
which he does.
Make the quarterback find the weakness of that. If he does that, good. They won that rep. That's the coach. They beat the coach, not you. Gilmore, and that's the thing. Understanding he did exactly what he was supposed to do, and they were like, "Oh, Kittle's killing him." And I just found it comical, because I was like, no, actually, he's killing Saleh.
Good point.
That's what, if that's the defensive coordinator making the play, I'm like, he's killing his coordinator.
You mean Belichick? He's killing Belichick.
That's what I'm trying to get at. He's beating the coordinator. And that's the thing. A lot of times when you're looking at defensive play, you're looking at a guy catch the ball. How did he catch it? Why did he catch it? Was he supposed to catch that? Is that the correct read? Because there's always a hole in the defense. And for you to make that play, that's when I go back, when you were talking about the pat on the back or the great play. Now, if you knock down that outside up the field route, that's a hell of a play.
Right.
Because you're not supposed to do it within the concept of the defense. And when you can make those plays, which Pro Bowlers and all pros do, that's when the great play comes for a guy like that. But I don't know. The hits in the head just picked up. I don't know how we got into that.